James thing and the whole, him being a Dionysus? I don't know if you know Sister Myra.
Oh,
I know
she
you
picked up
know
on
her.
that too?
Huh?
Yeah, well, she picked up on that too?
I don't think that she really had the same take that you had about, Tina Marie being, a black woman.
Right.
I think that she just, her kind of take was that Rick James just, made it okay to bring white women forward in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know one way or the other if she was black or white or whatever. So I'm certainly, was that a transmission that you got on that, Candy?
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I'm known for that. Yeah, no, I'm talking to them direct. I'm talking to them directly. It's not speculation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
I mean, like I said, all you gotta do is listen to music. You get what I'm saying? What makes you white or black? That would be the question I would ask. Well, what makes you white or black?
Okay, so we can just say any white man that sounds black. There are a couple of white guys that came out. What was his name with the Doobie Brothers and some of the guys in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm feeling where you're coming from. Right, I'm feeling where you're coming from. Most white people, the best thing they got right here in terms. See, you gotta remember, the universe means one song. White people, the newest entity down here, they still come out of black people. So by default, they're your children. They're black. We're just on a human level doing this separation. If white people are just niggers without melanin. So without melanin cultures you. So what you got going on is the most out of sync entities. They're not different from you. If they're
right,
different,
but they didn't come through a black woman's womb, though. They came through scientific. It's almost like how they come through, they make test tube babies now. They have all these things.
Doesn't matter. We still made it. If you made a test tube baby, it's still your baby. You get what I'm saying? It's still based upon DNA. They still had to take your DNA to make them.
But they don't have a soul, though. They couldn't figure out how to put a soul in them.
What's a soul? Explain. You said they can't figure out to put a soul in them.
They have a spirit, but they don't have a soul. And that's my transmission.
Say that again?
I said, and that's my transmission. That they
that's
don't,
your
they don't have
okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What's a soul? You
that's
get a transmission on
question.
that? No. Did you get a transmission on that? Because I got a transmission on that.
Okay,
What
tell
a soul, see, well, yeah, I'm about to. What it is me and Bobby actually had this conversation. Because Bobby used to say, yeah, you're born with a soul, you're born with a soul. Then one day I asked him about 2 years ago, where's the definitive text that said you can't obtain a soul?
Right.
Now, he said, come to think of it, there is none. The closest to that is Gnosticism. Well, all a soul is cosmic light. A collection of it. What we're calling our soul is because we've been here the longest through many cycles to collect this light. Everything evolves, even a roach. White people, no matter how they were created, they evolve. I'm sure you heard Phil Valentine talk about counterfeit spirits or second order beings. There's the whole movie series from iRobot, Bicentennial Man, where they're showing entities becoming conscious and having their own reality. No matter how you slice it, look, I'm not a fan or a cheerleader of white people, but it is what it is. That's where the research goes. Obtaining a soul. Now, ultimately, who's to say she didn't incarnate with a soul? What I said earlier was, if we so big and bad and black and cool with souls, you don't think we can incarnate in white skin? I thought we was badass. So what you have with her in particular, I didn't say white people who sound black. What you have with her in particular, based on the transmission, is she was a black woman who incarnated in a white body for a mission, a purpose. They do that all the time. Gerald Massey did it. Crowley did it. Don't get hung up on that. That type of shit is why we are stuck. You get what I'm saying? The system of white and black people is so old and dilapidated that it don't even matter no more. You know what I'm saying?
So black women can just marry all white men, and it's not a big deal
Who
because.
said that? If that's what you think, see, this is a retarded conversation. Who
No,
said
it's
that?
not.
Who cares? Like, who cares? If a black woman wants to marry, what are you going to do about it anyway? Like, what does that do for your transformation? Like, that. Who cares? You need to worry about your ass. You get what I'm saying? And if this thing lines up, if what I'm saying lines up with your reality or not, who cares? See, that's the beauty of it. We dealing with this information outside the circles of time. So Bobby can say one whole take on it, Myra can say one whole take on it, and it's all true.
Yeah.
It's all real. This us against that and this against that and that's retarded human dysfunction. You're supposed to deal with what resonates with you. Leave it alone if it don't. Who cares what white woman married with black
It's nothing
woman?
to get upset about. It's nothing to get out. I'm just
I can
throwing
assure
out
you
the
of that.
questions. That's all. I'm just throwing out the questions.
I will say
No, I
this.
can
I
assure.
will say this. If I could just get in there. What is also important is to recognize what direction or where you're at with it. So when we begin to talk about Tina Marie, and I'll show you just kind of how I absorb this. When it comes to Tina Marie and I begin to listen to her spirit of how she sings, how that resonates with me, how that harmonizes with me. If I were to close my eyes and not necessarily look at this human level of her, the inner
Right.
I pick up from her is something totally, completely different that I could not see when I look at a normal white person walking down.
Right, it goes beyond black and white people. You get what I'm saying? And that's what this whole show is about, going beyond your human thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So they even ask the question, let's pretend I was mad, but to even ask that question would be maddening. It's not that you're asking the question, is after I did 2 hours of talking, that this is what you come up with? That's what's maddening. So we got 45 minutes. Let's go on to somebody else.
Yeah, but I wanted to
Asshole.
thank you for
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. I actually have a whole ass. If you really get down to business.
All right, well, we're going to.
Staircase, hammer curls, starting from 10, then going to 9, 8, 7, so on and so forth. Great way to build muscle.